Hello, we are Araxa. Yeah, we've had a lot of stuff going on recently, which is why we've been quiet for quite a while. So we're just going to go over a few things, inform you people. Number one, we're in the process of writing an album. It's taken a while, like a delayed Virgin train.
That's true.
Public transport. Anyway, so it's taken a while due to college and when we can practice and all that. But should be maybe released next year or later this year. It just depends on how stuff goes again.
But we're going to try really hard to try and get it released for you guys to listen because, as Brian said, it's taken a bit too long.
We just want to get it
done.
Yeah. Next thing on the agenda is, as you can see, there's one person missing, and I miss him.
If you're kind of look at our Facebook quite a lot, you'll know that Rob's left, the other guitarist. Yeah, it was quite a sad day when he left, but we're gonna continue,
Also, just a quick note, we used to practice there at his garage, so that's why it also been taking a while sorting stuff out to find new practice space. Zoe helped with that.
Yeah, we're now practicing at Salford Uni. It's got a
big leagues. Also, Zoe will now have some information for you people
of the internet.
Yeah, as the guys have said, we have one of us missing. It's not entirely vital right now, but filling that gap would probably be a big help to us. Not just in writing, but probably in future gigs as well, which we're not quite doing at the moment, more so because of the album. But we have a few kind of like specifications of who we'd like. But even if you don't fit them, if you're kind of talented enough, or we get on with you well enough for you to join our little circle, then we will consider you.
Circle. It's not a triangle.
I was going to say that, but I thought.
It would be a square though.
Yeah, it's rectangle.
Or a rhombus.
We'd probably prefer you to be between the ages of like 17 to 21, but just if you're 30 and you're amazing, then we're not gonna
There's no discrimination.
Yeah, we just
age.
prefer because the guys are nearly 17 and I'm almost 20. It's kind of in our little circle.
Also, it doesn't matter about your height.
Because
Zoe's tiny.
Yeah.
We might show that at the end.
Yeah, height comparison.
No, right. Yeah, 17 to 20. We would prefer if you had previously gigged before, whether it be in front of your school, but just so we don't put you in say we gig the academy again and you freeze up, or you kind of have a bit of the jitters. We don't want that. Because we have we don't want to sound like we're completely big-headed, but we have kind of built ourselves a good reputation around Manchester and Macclesfield, and we kind of wouldn't want that kind of compromised with someone who's not very good in front of people. But if you haven't had any, don't think that you can't come forth and say, hey, I'd like to try out to be a guitarist. You'd probably be more on the rhythm side, but Dad is more than willing to share a solo or two. You'd have to have, we prefer if you have a good knowledge of theory, because it just helps not only develop yourself, but it also helps a lot where you can just hit off each other going, oh, we should do that scale.
You gotta have your own gear as well.
Well, at the Salford Uni where we practice, amps and that are provided, but obviously because of gigs and stuff. Yeah, I was kind of wondering what you were doing then.
Available.
But yeah, we do have these available, so you don't have to think, oh, I have to bring my amp every time we practice, because we have amps available here.
But gig-wise?
The gig-wise, you obviously, if you've gigged before, you would know this. If not, then yeah, you kind of probably would, unless, you know, some headline bands are kind of, you know, like, oh yeah, you can borrow my amp, but it kind of is kind of preferable. Probably someone who is good at writing and enjoys writing will also adapt on the things that we have at the moment, and will also put forth their ideas and be like, actually, Dan, we should probably do that, but, you know, like, don't be afraid to, like, write with us, not just sit there and learn what we give you, kind of thing.
Also,
probably versatility, like, don't just all be metal. Don't think that's because we're a metal band or predominantly metal. You know, don't think that we don't really want someone who's just, we want someone who's had influences, like, who loves to learn, like, jazz or classical or blues, you know, anything. We like adapting those things into our music would be really, really good. Confidence would be a good one. Yeah, so, like, there's quite a lot of specifications that we want, but we really do find it really hard to replace Rob, because he was such a close friend to us that it's quite open now that we have to kind of open ourselves up to find someone new. So we're kind of a bit wary as to who we want in the band, to not just be a band member, but to be like, you know, family,
a friend,
you know,
a brother,
like family,
a sibling.
You know, like, it has to be like, you have, like, we want it to be family. Like, we're gonna be like, if you like talk, like gigging together. We want to be able to get on with you, not kind of like you're just off stage with us, you perform with us, you go home. You know, we really want to bond. Like, but yeah, like, don't be afraid to inbox us on the Facebook, on the band page.
It used to be called Facebook, not happy now.
On the band page, but if you know any of us individually, then don't be afraid to come forth and say, oh, Zoe or Brian or Dan, I'd like to, you know, like, there's probably going to be like, oh, we'll meet you in person, we'll see how you are with us, and then we'll see what kind of, like, what, probably perform a song or two, you know, just to see what you like, and then, you know, if you want to play one of your own songs, then that's even better, but, you know.
We will kind of give you more information as well, kind of,
yeah,
if you do.
It's kind of just like a hit and miss thing at the moment, but that position is kind of open at the moment, but you probably, if you came forth now and said, oh, blah, 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 then you probably wouldn't join, and probably until about after Christmas, because we kind of have a bit of a role going on with us, just three, but it'll probably be after, like the new year, when you'd probably join, and then probably learn the material we have, and then start writing with us again. But at the moment, it'd be a bit too hectic trying to write the stuff that we want to write, as well as adapting you in, and, you know, kind of thing. So you haven't, like, if you're, you know, wanting to do it, then you have a good few months to prepare yourself. Or it sounds really like pressurised, but don't, like, it's really informal. We don't want you to think that we're all like serious, because we're not. The guys are based in Macclesfield and I'm based in Wythenshawe, and it's kind of like, I'm willing to travel the 3 hours to see the guys in Macclesfield, but because we're now based in Salford, if it's easy for you to get to Salford Uni on, for example, we've been practicing Tuesdays and Wednesdays 6 till 9, if that's not going to be like too late for you to go home or too like hard for you to get here, then it's probably going to be a bit of an issue. But someone who probably lives in Manchester would be good, preferably Macclesfield. There's a lot of guys that the guys know. There's a lot of guys that I know in uni who can make it into uni every day. If there are any guys that watch this and think that'd be good. But you could come from anywhere as long as you're willing to travel to gigs and willing to travel to Salford Uni. And you're good at timekeeping, because we already have a lead guitarist, which isn't very good at that, so we wouldn't want a rhythm guitarist like that as well. Yeah, I think that's everything really regarding the guitar. If there's any questions, then we will all answer them. But I think that's everything.
Oh, height comparison now.
Oh.
Enter cutscene.
Oh my god, I look so small.